Next up on a Straight Up R&D podcast.
Massive manipulation.
Yeah, literally massive manipulation of like how he was like laying a foundation down before he say, go lock those doors. I thought the longer form video made it look worse to me. And I'm like, as much as we're gonna say he's wrong, as much as people online gonna say he's wrong, I think he got them people so deep that they're gonna still come to church next Sunday.
Yo. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Straight Up R&D podcast. I'm your host, Rich.
I'm D.
And we are at episode 53.
Man, a lot of content, man. I know I keep saying this all the time, but like, damn, when I keep thinking about like how many episodes we sat here and recorded, you know,
yeah, it's a big milestone. It's a big milestone that we hit. 53 episodes, still going. People still hating, but it is what it is. Yeah. This is a Straight Up and R&D podcast. We give it to you real, raw, uncut, straight up with opinions based on motherfucking facts. And the number one rule on this podcast is we clearly do not give a shit about your feelings. So
at all.
Keep them to yourself.
But we love the support that everybody's getting. Love that the views are going up on our videos. You guys are rocking with us. So keep liking, comment, subscribing, and keep supporting your boys.
Yeah, we're the only ones that keep it real in the podcast realm. I mean, not to go off on a tangent a little bit, but you see a lot of these basketball players, superstars, like getting their own podcast now.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's blowing up a lot.
Yeah, I feel like now it's starting to become a little cheesy in a bit. Because now it's like, all right, I know all y'all ain't got shit to talk about. Well, I'm glad that podcasting and like is becoming a new wave of media. You know, because I enjoy listening to podcasts, people that I rock with, you know, while I'm working, you know, working out or just whatever. But it's like now I'm just seeing everybody creating a podcast, bro. And it's like, some of y'all not even entertaining for real. Y'all just think it's just using your name, get on a mic and just talk shit. It's like, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. But not like I'm starting to see a lot of those players, like for the NBA players at least, they're becoming more unfiltered.
Yeah.
You know, which is what people want to see. Like they want to see the real you, not like the press conference you.
Right.
But
I like Jeff C's podcast.
Yeah, I was watching a little bit of that. I've been watching
that shit funny.
Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah, his podcast's not bad.
Yeah, his one was pretty good.
Paul George, he stopped his podcast for a minute because his season is going terribly, so now he's on like a hiatus until after the season. Nonsense.
I never saw his, but I heard that he had one. I think Carmelo Anthony, does he have one?
Melo got one too. I think it's doing well. I haven't watched. I only saw clips, but I haven't like sat down and watched the full episode. But I guess he's just talking about his basketball days, his playing days. And
I mean, that's all they do talk about is ball anyway. But
the only person that I can think of the top of my head who's a athlete or a former athlete and probably like talk about other shit is Cam Newton. Cam talks about he talks about other shit like sports obviously, but I think like relationship stuff he kind of talks about a little bit. He branches out more. All the former athletes are just sports, which is fine. But I like to listen to other shit. Like, what's your opinion on what's going on in the world now?
Yeah, but they don't want to do that because they lose deals.
They're going to lose deals.
So they're going to lose deals. You know, us, we're not strapped to no deal. I mean, we would like a deal, you know.
Love a deal, you know.
You know, NASCAR, Formula One. I mean, anybody, anybody. But I Am Athlete though. That's a good podcast because I think they're the ones that really started out pretty well. Like
they started out well, yeah. And then I don't know what the fuck happened to them now.
Yeah, I don't know. I think some drama had happened with some of the
Shit, it was Brandon Marshall and other people. Yeah. But they were good. I remember when, sidebar though, Jeff T podcast, I can't remember the name of it, but I do listen to it. When he had Charleston White on there.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, and I think they were
left.
losing. They probably lost some deals. Bro, that shit blew the hell up all over the internet. Because Charleston was...
Yeah, he was talking wild. That was with the girl basketball player.
Yeah, he was like, she a hoe.
Angel
Reese.
Angel Reese. Yeah, we talked about that. We talked about that.
Like, and it went hard. Like, it was hilarious, but the reaction online was terrible. And everybody kept blaming Jeff Teague and his other co-hosts. Like, bro, this is what Charleston White is saying.
Yeah, like, he's not responsible for what they saying. They can say whatever they want. But
yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, that's why we have the disclaimer on our podcast. We don't give a fuck about your feelings. So. Just to end that monologue, we'll jump right into the episode now, episode 53. So I know in the past we talked about these pastors.
Yeah.
Remember we had this talk.
One of our earlier episodes when we talked about the pastors in the church, how they all scheming the congregation and manipulating the souls, especially the women, manipulating them emotionally and making up the pastors thinking that they their husbands and don't listen to your man at home, listen to me at the church.
Yeah, listen to me. I run your house. But so apparently, what's this guy's name? What is the pastor's name? We got to use his name.
Marvin Sapp.
Marvin Sapp.
Yeah, let me make sure.
Yeah, double check on that. But this guy named Marvin, pastor.
Yeah, Marvin Sapp.
Marvin Sapp. He's been going viral for demanding $40,000 from his congregation, and literally telling his bishops to close the doors, so that these people do not leave until he gets. I think he was asking for $20 from each person.
Yeah, so he was saying there's 1,000 people online watching, and there's also 1,000 people in the church that's in attendance. Mm-hmm. So he like, if everybody gives $20, that's $40,000. Mm-hmm. And it's just super crazy. He tell the ushers to lock the doors, so he could collect the offering. And then he's like, they also do like Zelle and online payments. He said, I want y'all to come up still. I want y'all to see.
Yeah.
He wants to see y'all giving the payments. So you can't even just Zelle something from the comfort of your seat. He wants to see that money is going through. I never heard no shit like that. I grew up in a church. There was no way I had a pastor say, yo, lock them doors. They probably passed the bowl around a second time.
So yeah, let's spin back on this row right here.
Yeah, but
yeah, they ain't give enough. This bowl's a little too light.
But closing the doors? Isn't it like kidnapping or something?
I automatically thought that's a fire hazard. Like, that's the first thing. I'm like, close the doors. I'm like, what if something happened, But I think that was very disgusting. Absolutely disrespectful. That church, well, he shouldn't be that pastor no more for saying something like that. That's messed up. That's bribing. That's theft. That's just... And look, I watched the video. I try to get the full context because, we... here on the Straight Up R&D podcast, we don't like to run around with sound bites. We try to watch the full video, get an understanding. And I tried to get an understanding. I'm like, nah, you're literally telling these people that they must give you this money and they can't leave until they give you this money, and you locking them in.
How can you defend that?
There's no...
Even if you just look at that clip, like, what other context do I need that? You're locking the doors, telling people to get up and give me $20. And if you don't, you can't leave. Like, I don't know how else you could defend it. And I watched the longer form video. I saw those posted online of him giving a sermon, and then he like went into this manipulation mode of God has done a lot for you all. You know what I'm saying? You know, just he was prepping it before he was making the acts, right? And I'm like, yo, this is really wild the way he was able to just
Masters of manipulation.
Yeah, literally massive manipulation of like how he was like laying a foundation down before he say, go lock those doors. I thought the longer form video made it look worse to me. And I'm like, as much as we're gonna say he's wrong, as much as people online gonna say he's wrong, I think he got them people so deep that they're gonna still come to church next Sunday.
Of course.
They still gonna come to church next
Sunday.
And then they're gonna, of course, there's gonna be people there defend. The congregation is gonna be like, yo, I don't agree with what he did. And then you're gonna have people say, no, what he did was right. We need to give back. But why you gotta lock doors to do that?
You know what I found very interesting too? It's like when he told the bishops to lock the doors, or the ushers to lock the doors, he said it like 3-4 times. Like they probably thought he was joking. They're like, this man can't be serious. He's like, no, close the doors. Close the doors right now. Close the door. And I'm like, wait. These people probably like, nah, this dude wildin'. It's like, but look, like that. Like, okay. So if I was there, if you was there, let me start with you. If you was in that church right now, you showed up for your little Sunday service. You know what I'm saying? You know.
And that would be like the only Sunday I would have came out there out the year. But like, go ahead.
Yeah, that's the one Sunday that you go out the whole year. 365 days, one Sunday. You go there. Easter's coming up.
Right,
Let's say you go there, and this pastor says something like that. What's your reaction? What are you doing?
First, I'll be stuck in a chair because I'll be like, is this for real? Like, I would be in shock at first. I would be like, you know, this is real. I'll look at my wife. I'm like, yo, this is for real? I'm like, all right, get up. I'm like, get up.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
And I'll tell my whole world, whoever with me, I'm like, yo, get up, we out. And then
and they're like, you, sir, sit down. Give
like,
me the $20 before you leave.
I'm like, listen, I want to leave. Get out my way, or I'm going to push you out my way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to cause no ruckus inside the house of the Lord, so that's why I think you should move out my way. I don't agree with what's going on.
They'll
so
call you Uncle Ruckus. Oh, shit.
Because I would be like, there is no way I'm in this situation. My reaction would be like, I'm leaving. Screw that. You ain't begging me for no money and going talking about locking doors. So shit. If they would make a problem, I'm like, all right, bet. Let me take off my jacket real quick. Let me get a little comfortable. Move your ass out the way. And that's that. That's what I would do.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
What would you do?
What would I do, man? Shoot. I don't even know. I don't even know. I would be like, so like, what? You know, I'm like, and if I legit seen them closing the doors, I'd be like, yeah, nah, I'm leaving. Like if okay, let me be real. If I'm sitting there and the pastor's like, yeah, you can't leave until you give me $20, and he tells the people to close the door, that's when I'm gonna have to fight somebody. Like legit. If I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna leave, and if they don't let me open the door and leave, then there's gonna be a problem. Like I literally would fight somebody to get out. Like, cause that's disrespectful, man. Like,
and then the cops probably end up getting called too.
Yeah, and then be like, yeah, they held me in here against my will, saying I had to spend $20 to get out. What other place does that? Like, I've never heard of something like that. It's like you go to a restaurant, you could go in, and you could come out. You could go in, not buy nothing, and come out. They can't say, oh, you can't leave until you buy something. I don't know any restaurant that does that.
No.
I don't know any store that does that. You could go in. If you don't see anything you don't want, you leave.
You leave. I don't get it. That's so wrong. And this is why people...
I'd be like, yo, I'm going to put the hands of God on you. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'll fight somebody.
But yeah, I'm just like, this is why people don't go to church now or don't trust pastors now because of stuff like this. And I'm just thinking, like, what if somebody in that crowd was their first time going to that church, or
the first time you found God?
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're trying to find God, and this happens. That's just gonna be like, you know what? I gave it a shot, and this is what came from it. And that would deter somebody to go on a different route. It's like, this is not what you do. Like, even if you want to have tithes and offering, fine, but people should give how much they can afford. And then the same pastor gonna be out there rocking Rolexes. I think he had a Rolex on in the video.
Oh, really? When he was saying that?
Yeah, I feel like he had a Rolex on. And then they show pictures of him in Gucci jackets, Louis Vuitton Christian Dior jackets. So I'm like, bro,
I'm trying to pay off that debt.
So that's what I'm saying. So I'm like,
but I always found that to be very suspicious when I see pastors balling out, wearing expensive clothing.
It's not a good look.
All of that stuff. And I'm like, and then they out here begging for money or demanding money from their congregation. To me, that just doesn't sit right with me.
And I'm like, man, these sound like the same actions from that bling pastor. Remember we talked about him?
Yeah.
It sounds similar. I feel like somebody in the comments said he did something like that. Could be wrong. Because I definitely never attended one of bling pastor's services. I wonder what happened to that damn church building right now. He locked up right now.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, if he locked up, what happened to his church? Anyway.
Hey, man.
Somebody in the comments said that he did something similar like that. I'm like, y'all letting these corporate pastors trick y'all, man. Like, that's not cool.
It's not. And I guess my advice to people who's looking for a church or going to a church, know the person, know your pastor. Know the pastor, know the church, and see what's going on.
And call people out on this. Like,
yeah, when stuff like that is happening,
don't defend it, because that's wrong. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. There was no way to defend this. There's people online defending it. There was no way to defend this. And mainly women, I see. But
you know how that is.
Yeah. But that's just wrong.
And like I said, know who your pastors are. Know what's going on in the church. Try to find out. Don't just blindly go up in there and start giving your money away to people that's using it for other stuff. But that's sad. Moving on. Gabrielle Union, she went on a podcast I think about a few weeks ago, kind of eating her own words back about this 50-50 relationship stuff, and how her experience is that she was like that because she didn't trust nobody, and she thought that she always had to hold her own, this, that, and the third, and she sounds like a very controlling woman. Like, I don't know how D Wade is even putting up with all of that.
Yeah,
But she sounds super controlling. Like, she's telling him what he need to do and this, that, and the third. And that's probably why that household is the way it is. To be honest, I gotta be. I got
a lot going on over there.
I'm a straight shooter with that, man. Like, but it really brought up the sense that some women think they know what they want when they don't know what they want. What you guys say about that?
First of all, I listened to the video, right, of her explaining herself. She was just talking a whole lot of bullshit. It was like, yeah, some days I don't got it. Some days he gotta take care of me. Some days he gotta be all 90%, and talking about now it comes to the financial, like, oh, he's a big basketball star who made millions of dollars, and I'm like, shorty, what are you talking about? What do you want? Like, it's really just not that hard of a question or not a hard thing to answer. And I honestly don't know like how she came to these thoughts, because I'm like, look, y'all both are very well off, both great, careers. Dwayne Wade he's doing well for himself. Last I heard, he has like part ownership of the Utah Jazz, so like there's still money coming in. There's money coming in on your side. Like, I just don't know what is there to really complain about. I just feel like this is something for her to just, I don't know, complain about. Plus, me, I don't like personally when people voice their relationships on a podcast or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if this is your husband, go talk to him about this. Fuck, we hearing about
Talk
this.
to a therapist.
Talk to, a therapist, your husband. Like, what are you coming to us about that? We can't relate to your problems.
She want people to feel bad for her. That's what it is.
Yeah, feel bad for what? Oh, that your millionaire husband, you're going 50-50 or stuff like that. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, y'all living very well. And then, so I'm like, I just looked at her so disgusting. Well, coming on the mic, talking on that
She need to go on The
nonsense.
View.
Yeah, go on The View. It's a whole bunch of, she wanted me a Kamala Harris.
Oh my God, yo.
Whole bunch of babbling about nothing.
Oh, man.
What do you call it? Word salad. I'm about to say.
salad.
It was a whole bunch of word salad. And then eventually it came down to the truth. It was the money.
It was the money.
It was the money. Because I guess they split the mortgage, they split this and, whatever. And I'm just like, so what?
Turns out she couldn't handle it.
Can't handle it. And so I'm like, this is what happens when you try to, lead the house in a relationship. You can't do what a man do. You try to put yourself in a man's shoes and now you coming on here crying, breaking down about you can't handle it. It ain't meant for you to handle.
Ooh.
And then poor D Wade, you flipped that man upside down. I can't recognize him no more. Man went on that talk show, painted nails, man person. Hey, shout out D Wade, man.
Hey, man.
That ain't the D Wade from Miami.
It's not. He a whole different man now. I don't know. He transformed.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Look, if this is you, then that's you. But this wasn't the D Wade
No.
throughout his whole NBA career.
I think the moment he got that earring was when he changed.
Bro, and I'm looking at D Wade in this interview. Painted nails, talking about hey boo boo. Like, you gotta watch the video. He was like, nah, boo boo, hey boo boo. I'm like, boo boo. Wait, when you start talking like this, man? And then talking about will you carry your man person?
I think that's when he went to a Diddy party or something. Like, I don't know. Like, I seen him like with the pink nails and the black nails and this, and then he had the earrings. Like, I understand like the earring thing. It's not, that's not new, but it's like I feel like when you combine that with the
everything else,
and it's just like the look is just like questionable. Right,
bro, he's literally talking about his man purse, what he carries in his man purse, and I'm like, what? I'm like, my thing is like, where? I don't know what the fuck I want to say. Where does D Wade come from? This was not him.
He's from Chicago, I think.
Yeah, he's from Chicago.
Yeah, he's from Chicago. He played in Chicago for a little bit.
Oh, it's that damn California. He said on that show, he was like, yeah, they moved from, I don't know, I thought they were living in Miami this whole time. They moved from Miami to California.
I think probably once he retired, he probably moved.
Yeah, they moved to California, and I'm just like,
I'm sure she needs to be out in LA and Hollywood and all that stuff for her acting stuff. And knowing him, he's like, whatever you say, Gabrielle.
I'm like, why the hell would I move over there and pay all them damn taxes? Like, that makes no sense. You moving from Miami,
and it's super expensive just in general.
Just in general. But yeah, I'm just like, why would you even make that move, D Wade? Like, that's why y'all out there talking about some 50-50 shit, because shit, California taxing you to death.
Oh, yeah.
You paying probably like $10 a gallon for gas. And I know y'all probably driving them supercars. So y'all paying on that premium gas. But anyway, like, I just don't know what happened to D Wade, man. Like, Gabrielle went up in his life and turned that man so liberal.
Yeah,
he don't know how to think no more.
She changed that man. She changed that man.
That's what a Democratic man looks like.
That's the real face of a Democrat. Yeah.
Bro, she came in, dropped that Democratic spirit on D Wade. Now he out here with painted nails, man purses, and flicking wrists talking about hey boo boo.
Damn.
Bro, go watch that video. I could not believe that was D Wade.
Yeah, I had to see it.
Couldn't believe.
Because I saw him on like some cover of some magazine and he was looking all flexible on it. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know D Wade was like that. But hey, I mean, to each his own. Because D Wade, you know, to this day, I still rate him as one of my top 5 favorite players.
And that's what confused me. Like in high school, my football coach, huge basketball fan. D Wade was his favorite player. He always talked about D Wade. We like Flash, so we always just, you know, used to like watch D Wade film. Even though we're playing football, he'd be like, yo, you can learn from D Wade because of, you know, like his background, where he came from, and how well he plays basketball. So he tried to, like, you know, get some lessons and related to football. So, you know, I would watch D Wade a lot because my coach loved him. And I was seeing him doing interviews on and off the court. I'm like, I didn't see this before. So that's why I'm saying, like, what switched? That's what, like, that's what's getting me. It's like, bro, like, I've been watching you a lot. And, you know, I should actually call my coach and ask him about this, too. Like, where did this come from, bro? Like, where did this come from, D-Wade? Like, and then moving out to L.A. just got you tapping into some shit you never thought about before? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's very weird to me. But one thing I was thinking about is, like, when you were mentioning Gabrielle and doing the whole 50-50 and now that she can't really keep up because obviously she's not getting, I don't even know what other movie she's in now. I think she was in a horror movie a few years back, but I don't see her in any new films or...
Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong. Not like I'm out here.
Yeah, I think she. The last film I saw her in was like a horror film.
Yeah, it was a horror film.
And that's it. I haven't heard of her on a Netflix show or any of that. Because, you know, obviously in acting, the acting world is like either you're the guy or you're just, you know, you get a couple roles, people like you, and then you fade out.
Maybe because she's getting older.
Yeah.
They don't, you know, want to place her.
And probably as a female, too, it's probably much harder to get, like...
To get stuff.
To get roles, which, you know... That's unfortunate that some females have to deal with that, but
yeah, so that's what I'm thinking.
That's probably a factor.
She's definitely not her prime, and she's not starring as much stuff. But D Wade is a retired basketball player. I don't really know. I don't really know where his income is coming much from anyway. Like, retired ball player. Like I said, I know he owns part of the Utah Jazz.
No, he's getting. You know, they're getting the retirement money. That's one. He's got sneaker deals, shoe deals.
Oh yeah, he was with
Jordan brand, and I think.
But who want to rock D Wade's now?
I don't even know.
Like looking at.
I don't even know. What else he was tied up with? He had like money from. He used to be like. Sponsoring T-Mobile and
so his endorsement.
Back in the day, he's got a lot of endorsement deals, and he's on the cover of these magazines and Sports Illustrated. Like they get royalties and all that stuff. But he's straight, and I'm sure he got other business ventures that he's doing. But what I wanted to ask was about like rich people talking about how they need to get this money to feed their kids, and I'm like, once you're a millionaire and you're like doing well, like there's no like that hustle of, I got mouths to feed.
Everybody fed.
Everybody's fed for the rest of their life.
Sleeping.
Like I'm trying to really understand, like you can't use that excuse. You can't use that excuse. It's either
just say you just want to maintain your lifestyle. Be real.
You want more money and maintain what you got.
You like driving in them nice cars? You like living in that big house?
Yeah, you like getting food made for you by a top chef every day? Say that then. But I guess if they say that, it will kind of disconnect them from their fans. Like, oh man, you're not like us. Like you're not like us poor people that have to figure out.
If I see anybody on the basketball court, they definitely ain't like us poor people.
True.
Even a guy on the bench Hey, you know what's crazy with these athletes too? Like, I was seeing, like, if you, like in football, if you don't make the roster, right? Say if you're on like the practice squad, or NBA if you're on the G League, you still make a couple $100,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, some might be making like what $700,000-800,000, bro. In everyday life, $700,000-8,000.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of fucking money. And some of them be like, yeah, this is all I'm making. I'm like, shit, I'll take it. Like $800,000 you complain about? Like, some of these people are making that, bro, and like these little like G Leagues or practice squad. It's not, it's not the 40 million like Patrick Mahomes in the making, but you still able to support a family off of that, man. Like, that's still pretty good money. So
Yeah, I think some bench players in the NBA, they make like 600,000, 700,000.
Yeah, I mean, there's some making millions who like really good, but like.
But come on, like if you think about it, if you're just playing ball, like the most you gotta do is invest in like training, a trainer, food diet, and that's it. Your house, you probably rent an apartment, or yeah. If I was like a bench player on an NBA team. I'm renting because you can get shift to this team, shift to that team. You know what I mean? Just rent. Get a little spot. Boom, ball, workout, eat, gym, party. That's it. I don't know. That seems pretty fun to me. That would seem
like you make and either way, I'm just saying like if you want an NBA team, you're getting paid. So it's like there's no way
you get benefits.
No way I'm going to try to like connect to your plights. At all, like, bro, you going through rich people problems.
Yeah, and then you have a network of rich NBA players. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could put you onto something.
Yeah, so I'm just saying you could be real. Like, it's fine. It's fine. Still be a fan. Like, shoot, still be a fan.
Sure. So I do want to ask this one thing, and this is pertaining to the Gabrielle Union thing when she was breaking down and trying to give everyone her sob story, like. Do you think men save money being single and women save money by being in a relationship?
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%, because, like, traditional men, when we get in a relationship with a woman, you're spending a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're no longer paying for one, you're paying for two. She wants to go. Usually women want to go on like so many trips, right? They want to do a lot more. Like, now you gotta add in date nights and vacations. You're paying for everything you do is for two now, and just having a girl. She just likes. She most likely wants the expensive shit, expensive side. So, like, say if you go on a vacation by yourself as a single.
Why is that though?
Say if you go on a vacation by yourself as a single man, bro. I could get like a regular hotel and I'm Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Regular Airbnb. I don't need no 5-star. I'll be fine so long as I got somebody to lay my head. But you carry a girl, top notch resort she looking at, 5-star hotel. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gotta be a certain level, and then of course you paying for two. So
2x.
So like, men in order to keep a woman have to keep spending money. Not saying that there are not women out there who not only looking for love, but I'm just saying like in a traditional relationship, if you have a family, you have a girl, you got to spend money. It just is what it is. You got to spend money and. You gotta spend money for two, but if you're single, man, you're not going out as much because I don't need to keep going out on dates every weekend. I don't need to keep going on vacation every other month.
So then in the end, one of the end goal questions is, it seems like a woman wins when she's in a relationship. Like, they benefit more from anything,
of course,
because
they don't.
The man is taking care of her. So what does she have to worry about? What does she have to do?
That's what I'm saying. In the traditional relationship, the woman would save her money. Like, there are women out there who work but don't pay for anything. They just stack their money up.
And what is she supposed to be doing with that money?
I don't know.
You know,
Amazon, Target.
I think that's where we cracked the code. I think we just cracked the code because I think a lot of people don't realize it's like if you're in a traditional relationship, and this is the relationship 90% of women want anyway, right? I mean, who wouldn't want to be in a relationship where they don't have to pay for anything? That means you're basically with a millionaire because the money is basically endless to a point, hypothetically speaking. We're saying women in a relationship benefits the most while men get nothing. But I think the only thing a man probably want is just to be loved. I guess that's it.
Men just want companionship. Like
I think that's it.
Like for instance, if I'm getting a relationship, bro, I'm not looking for anything. As far as like anything financially, I'm just looking to have a girl by my side and just do shit with her. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like
so in theory, women are only in relationships for financial security, while a man is in a relationship to have a companion along his
I don't want to say
journey.
that's all women. Cause
even think about it. What else is there? What else is there, bro?
But I'm just saying, like, if you're in a traditional relationship and, you know, once you lock her down, you're going to be paying for a lot of shit. You're going to pay for a lot of stuff. She's really not going to be paying for anything. She might pay for something like here and there, like, I don't know, your birthday come around.
Yeah, let me get you a postal card or something like that.
But she's going to end up saving money because when she was by herself, she was paying for everything. But now she comes with you, and some people like to, you know, move in with their girls before they get married. If he's taking over the bills, like she's saving a lot of money. She's no longer paying for her rent, no longer paying for like really groceries. And she wants some money to go ask her boyfriend. Like she's saving money, and a man is just, you know, providing and
slaving,
moving on. Yeah, like, but that's the thing. Like men don't really ask. It doesn't take a lot. I be telling people it doesn't take a lot to make a man happy. Like as long as you love him, you do this shit like, you know, cook, clean. Mm-hmm. You know, you show that you're taking care of him. That's it. But for a woman, you gotta like, it's a lot for some women. Like, oh. You got to pay for this. You got to be 7 feet tall. you got it's so many more boxes you got to check off. But men, if you rock with them and, you know, you take care of them, that's it. Like,
so yeah, I mean, like, I'm really trying to like decipher something because I was watching this one video, but the guy was saying like, what does a man want from a relationship? What does he get? And he's saying like, all it is love. That's all he wants.
Companionship. That's it.
Companionship. That's it. And it's not money. It's not anything else. But women want, oh, he's got to have money. He's got to have this. He's got to have a house, a car,
you see what
a
I'm
job,
saying?
a this, a that, 6 feet tall, this, da, da, da. And it's like, yeah, some men lust over certain things, but when you really boil it down, one is more financial and the other is just more on companionship. And now, when I think about those women that talk about, oh, they single, they don't need a man, da da da. They're the same ones that, like you said, stack their bread while they in the relationship, and then when they, you know, finish with you, and you don't got no money, or you in debt, or whatever the case may be, they bounce, they leave, and they can still support themselves, right? Mm-hmm. So then it's like, looks like the man always loses in the end.
That's the truth.
So I
it's
don't
the
know.
truth. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's different. It's different with a man and different with a woman. You know, women when they get in relationships, they know they're gonna be chilling for the most part.
I think that's probably what Gabrielle finally understood.
She's like, I want to chill. She don't want to do
She was
nothing.
like, I don't want to play 50-50 no more. I want that he's going to take care of it because he's the man now. Like, giving him that title.
But this is what I was saying earlier. Like, she wanted to step in a man's role. She couldn't handle it. Now go be in your femininity. Like, go be a woman. Like, you wanted to try and be masculine, try to be a leader in some way, or not even the leader part, but try to just like, I guess so. Try to be the leader of the household, tell your husband what to do, what to wear, and all that. And you find out like, shit, I don't want to do this. Because she's there with complaining on the podcast. She's like, some days he has to take 90% because she just don't have it. You think as a man I could tell my wife, yo, I don't have it today, so I'm just not going to work or I'm just going to lay in bed? As a man, no matter how you feeling, bro, like you got to get up and go. Mm-hmm. That's it, especially if you have a family, because I think they got a kid together. So D-Wade there's no option for D-Wade to say, hey, Gabrielle, I don't feel like it today. Bro, you got a wife and a kid. You got to get your ass up and go.
Yeah.
That's it. But women, they could complain about this. They could say, like, yeah, I don't want to go today, and that would be celebrated. Oh, she's looking after herself. Mental health days.
Mental health days, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not an option for men. That's an option for women. And when women, do it, they're celebrated in some way.
I mean, sometimes, I think men are more likely to work a full 365, no days off, and no mental health days. I don't know, but I do want to ask, what do you think? What does it mean when a man tells a woman that he's not ready for a relationship?
I feel if a man tell you he ain't ready, he ain't ready.
But what constitutes that? Like, he's not ready because, like, cause a lot of things that people come and say, they got the ones that's jumping around, doing all types of stuff, and they just be telling you, I'm not ready.
I guess it depends on his age and where he's at in life. It depends on a lot of things. But if a man says he isn't ready, he's probably like, I'm not ready to commit to one person because he knows that he's like talking to other women. He probably don't think he's in a financial position right now to commit to one girl. And because, maybe he's like, yo, I'm not in a financial position to be taking you on dates and buying this, blah, blah, blah. Because like I said, real men, they're not asking for money. They want to be in that provider role. What's another reason he might say he's not ready? And maybe he feel like, he has a lot more things to do in his life before he gets locked down. Because look, when you get in a relationship, you don't have as much free time to focus on yourself because you're worrying about somebody else also. So there are some men too, like I was watching a video, he was like on the weekends while his friends are out partying, he's there working, like focus on his craft because he put a lot of time into his career. Mm-hmm. When you got a girl, those weekends are going to be, hey, babe, what we doing this weekend?
Spending money,
like what we doing. So it's like, maybe he's like, he doesn't want to get in a relationship or a marriage because he don't want to sacrifice that time to better develop himself yet. He wants to keep going. So there's so many different reasons why he said he's not ready, but believe the man, bro. Like if he ain't ready, he ain't ready. But if you want to stick around until he gets ready, just know he gonna be doing shit. Like, bro, if I say, yo, I ain't ready to hold it down, but you're like, oh, that's okay, I'll be here till you get ready. Just know.
Yeah, and then that's the part right there is like, if from the woman's perspective, if a man tells her that, then it's kind of like, should she stay or should she run or should she make him ready, or like should she make him ready, speed up the process so he can become ready for her?
Only a simp is gonna fall for that. I would say, look, find somebody who's ready. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I would say because, again, it really depends on his age and where he's at in life. Because if it's anything, if it's career driven, then that might take some time because, he wants to focus on his career. But I ain't going to hold you. If it's something like he is not ready to commit to one woman because he likes talking to other women, yeah, that's going to take a while to get over. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just going to take a while. I just think it's better for the woman to leave because it's like, but it's just like, why waste your time though? It's just like, respect your time. Mm-hmm. Like, if that man said he's not ready to get in a committed relationship, but you want to get in a committed relationship, go find somebody who want to be in a relationship. That's just really it. I don't know what you plan to do with that man. You can't force him. You can't force him to do it. So it's like, what you sticking around for? Unless you just want to be a side chick. Like, I don't know.
Shoot. So listen to the man. Wow.
But there are some dudes out there who get tricked into doing something they don't want to do. Like, there are some women out there like, oh, I'm going to be with you till you get ready. And then they might start saying stuff like, hey, we need to start, I don't know, getting married by a certain age. And there's some men who will do it and then probably regret it. Like, damn, I wasn't ready, but I let that woman manipulate me into being in a committed relationship. That's how I said that's some weak, that's some weak shit from the man. That's his fault.
Yeah, it really is because he didn't assess the situation best for him. Because again, it takes two to make a relationship. Mm-hmm. But because I would say this, like getting in a relationship, like you said, ties you down. I don't know if I've mentioned this on the pod before. Probably I did, but it's like I think relationships hold you back in a sense where you're not as driven for yourself. It's now you're driven for your relationship. Mm-hmm. So if you're trying to become a better person, I don't think you should be in a relationship because you're not going to be focused on yourself. Right? Because think about it. You're in a relationship with somebody, you think about the other person. That other person is now the forefront of everything you do now. Like having kids. Your kids will come first. Mm-hmm. Then you worry about yourself later. So jumping into that, a relationship, and then you still have shit to work out for yourself, I think you're just going to crumble and get worse, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. If you haven't, like, as people say, like, hey, you need to learn to love yourself and get yourself in order before you try to go love somebody else. Like, if you didn't complete that journey for yourself and you get into a committed relationship, that shit gonna blow up. It's gonna blow up. You know what I mean? So, yeah, ladies, if a man said he ain't ready, then he ain't ready. And don't try to force him because I don't see anything good coming out of that, though. Like, you try to force a man into a relationship, like, I don't know. I don't know what good
I know. One thing girls like to do, they like to put dudes on the spot. Like, yeah, so what are we? So, you're like...
I don't know. What are we?
I'm not ready. What? You're not ready? How you not ready? This and the third. And then shit spirals out of control that way. But, yeah, I mean, if somebody tell you they're not ready, you should probably listen.
You ever had a girl try to do that to you?
Yeah. No, well, like asking what are we, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, pump the brakes. Like, we didn't even get that far yet for us to even start bringing that up.
Yeah.
Like,
this is one girl that I was talking to, obviously, before I got married and stuff. I let her know from the rip, not looking for a relationship. But we was kicking it for a while, though. I'll say for a while, probably for 3 months. Mm-hmm. He kicked it, and then we started kicking a little bit more regularly. Like, you come over this day, I'll go over to your crib that day. And then she brought up something, like she was talking to, I overheard her talking to a friend. It's like, yeah, my boyfriend over. When she got off the phone, I'm like, yo. I told her straight up, I'm like, I don't know why you telling that to your friends, but I already told you what the deal was. She got offended, kicked me out. And then, but we still talked after that for a little bit until I went off to school, and that was that. But yeah, like I was just upfront about it because I just know where I was at that time. I was like, I'm just out here chilling, man. You know, I'm not really trying to do nothing.
I'm just here for the ride, man. I'm on the bus. I don't know where I'm getting off at.
Yeah.
Literally. Nah, it's true because you should, if you're not mentally ready yourself, you shouldn't be in one. Right. And if you're kicking it, you're kicking it, and, you know, see where shit goes at that point, you know, till you make up your mind. And I'm sure at one point you'd be like, yeah, I'm done with this, or I'm out of here. Or you may stay with that person. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
Just gotta give it time.
See, I give it time. I think that was one thing I was talking to with one of my friends, like, how long do you date somebody for, and when do you start really asking those type of questions of what are we? Because some people be asking after 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's too soon. Yeah, okay. Yeah, when is the proper time for women to ask
like
that question?
that? I don't know. I'm saying maybe a few months, but like some people 2 weeks.
2 weeks is crazy.
I'm like, what? What? Not one friend told me a month, and I'm like, still, you don't really know a person. Think about, I look at that as 4 weekends, 4 days,
4 weekends, 4 days. No, for real. Like a month is not. Cause how often are you have kicking it in a month?
Exactly. If you both working, you both have like your lives or whatever. Like you're not living together, where it's like you live with somebody for a month and then you can, I guess, not even then, but still you would like kind of understand them a little bit more. But seeing them off and on and only communicating through text and phone calls, maybe meet up on a Thursday for like happy hour or something, like that's not really much to go off of.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I was told a month. A month. That's crazy.
I'm thinking about it logically, like in a work week, ain't nobody linking up nowhere. People tired after work, probably talk on the phone here and there. You know what I'm saying? Like talk on the phone back at night, but seeing each other in person, yeah, that's only on the weekend. They're probably like only one day out the weekend. Mm-hmm. Like maybe it's the Saturday y'all see each other. Because Friday you might be with your boys or...
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't think... It got to be a couple months. I think it's got to be a couple months.
Yeah, I would say probably like 6 months. Half a year. That's if I'm really trying to look...
That's realistic, though.
No. That's if I'm trying to really be with somebody. Like, if I'm trying to really be with you, I think 6 months is like...
Because, and I'm also thinking too, is like, in the first month, y'all talking, but like, how strong is it?
Yeah, and then that is a thing.
You know what I'm saying? And then by month 2 or 3, y'all talking, now it's becoming regular. Now maybe y'all seeing each other 2 days out the week instead of 1 day out the week. Mm-hmm. It got to gradually,
progress to, So I'd say maybe 6. Because when you think about it, like, we're not talking about somebody that you just trying to mess around with and you know, if it's somebody you really like, y'all interested, I think y'all talking a lot, seeing each other a lot. I think over 6 months, then you could probably tell, like, yeah, you know what you are. Yeah. Then you can confidently ask that question, you know?
Yeah, you can assess your feelings about this person, and then you're like, you know what? All right. Do I want to lock it down? Think about it a little bit, and then, you know.
Yeah, go your way.
Go your way.
But, yeah, hopefully by that time, you have your shit together personally. Because, like I said, I think when you get in a relationship, it ain't about you no more. It's about them. And if you're the man, I feel like it's always more about them than they think about you. Because you're trying to cater to them, and their feelings is always what's first for them.
Yeah.
For the women. Like, a woman's always going to put their feelings first, what they feel, and then you got to put her feelings first to make her happy, right? So in the end, it all goes back to men save money being single, women save money being in a relationship. Unless you're a deadbeat dude.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair assessment to say.
That's fair. That's fair.
I think we just proved that statement on this podcast.
Yeah. You gotta give time, man. I think, gotta give each other time to really get to know each other. If that's the route y'all want to go, that's it.
That's it. Well, for those of you who are watching this episode, let us know what you think. You can leave your feelings to the side. Let us know, were you ever ready? Even if you're in a relationship right now, at the time that you got in it, were you ready for it? Or were you just said, screw it, I'm going to just jump in it and do it? Like, what was your thought process?
Mm-hmm.
Let us know. And do you think Gabrielle Union is rightfully eating her words about her 50-50 situation? Was she spazzing out, just talking nonsense in the beginning, and now she's came back to her senses about, D. Wade should be paying for everything, and I shouldn't have to worry about anything because he's my man, and this, that, and the third. That is something to think about. This woman, I don't know. She's doing very what's the word? Being a hypocrite a lot. Like, she's like a walking hypocrite now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then last but not least, the pastor that we went over. Like,
I need to hear y'all opinions.
I really want to see what you guys think about that.
If you defend the pastor, I really want to know. I want to know why. So please don't hold back. If you agree with what the pastor did, locking up the congregation, let me know why.
Yeah, I gotta know. I don't know anybody that is sane that will defend a pastor locking his own congregation and demanding $20 from each person. Virtual. Well, what he's gonna do? What do other people virtual? What he gonna do? Cut their internet off? Come on. Tell the deacon to pull up at their crib.
Next week's stream.
Tell the deacon to pull up at their crib. I don't know. Let us know what you guys think about that. This is Straight Up an R&D podcast. I'm Rich, and I'm signing out.
D signing out.
See you guys in the next one. Deuces.